OneCNC provides a very powerful, comprehensive suite of tools for mill turn applications. OneCNC supports C-axis machining, Y-axis machining, and B-axis machining. Now in this example, let's take a look at C-axis machining. We'll start with axial and radial work. So here we have a part. We have a pocket and some holes that are located on the face of the part, and we also have a couple of pockets and some holes that are wrapped around the diameter of the part. Now to machine this, what you would do is take your cursor, head over to the NC Manager, and just left-hand mouse click on the Set Machining Axis. Here you can select from C-axis face machining, which is your axial machining, C-axis wrap machining, which is your radial machining, or C-axis full, which is very much like surface machining on a lathe. And then you also have the very powerful options of B-axis and Y-axis machining as well. So to machine the face of the part, we would select C-axis face and then click OK. At that point, it's just a matter of applying the proper machining operations to your geometry. Now in this example, I've already applied some C-axis axial and radial machining to this part. Notice within the NC Manager, there's a nice token presented just to the left of the machining operation. The tokens represent the type of mill turn machining that's been applied. For example, the C represents C-axis axial machining. The W represents C-axis wrap machining or radial machining. Now let's preview this. I'm going to right-hand mouse click and select Preview Toolpaths. Now here's our standard 2-axis roughing, facing, and a finish operation. Now we switch tools to an axial end mill, and we're performing axial high-speed pocket machining. Very, very nice. Now of course this can be rotated. You can speed this up or slow it down if you want. We're performing a peck drill operation on those 8 holes. And of course OneCNC can output CAD cycles or long-handed G-code for this. It's very nice. Now we'll drill that center hole and then use a chamfer tool to chamfer the hole. Now we've switched tools to a radial end mill, and we're performing some high-speed machining as well on those pockets. We'll switch tools and then we'll perform a finish cut on both pockets. And then lastly what we'll do is we'll switch to a drill and then drill those holes along those radial pockets. Very, very nice and efficient. So there's a quick overview of the C-axis axial and radial machining within Preview. Now if you want to take this a step further, you can by taking this into Simulate. Simulate's going to show us the material being removed. Now with the added benefit of XR6, you can now simulate multiple solid models within simulation. So let's demonstrate. So here you see the part. Let's zoom in on this just a bit. You can see the chuck, the cap screws, and the jaws. Let's slow this down. There's our high-speed axial pocket machining. And of course you can control the way the holder looks. You can turn the holder off, solid, translucent. You can do the same thing with the tool as well. So this is a very powerful benefit to be able to simulate both C-axis radial and axial machining using multiple solids within Simulate. It's very, very nice. Alright, so let's take a look now at a different type of C-axis machining. This type of machining is called C-axis full, and it's very much like machining surfaces on a lathe. So here you can see we have a part, and again I've already applied a couple of different tool paths to this. Both of these tool paths are the C-axis full machining. Alright, so to demonstrate, why don't we take one of these machining operations into Preview. Now in this first example, I have the C-axis full set to machine around the part. And what you do is you specify, of course, the feed rate, the speeds, and so on, but you also specify the step over as well. I'm going to speed this up just a bit. And what I've done is I've specified a 20,000 step over on this. So this is called the C-axis full machining, and we're cutting around the part. Now alternatively, you can also tell OneCNC to spiral cut around the part as well, which is very nice. Another very powerful thing you can do with the C-axis full machining is also cut along the part. Let's demonstrate that. We're going to right-hand mouse click, select Preview Toolpath, and here you can see the tool cutting along the part. Here you specify the degree of rotation, and of course you can also tell OneCNC to cut in one direction, or you can also zigzag cut. But the very idea behind the C-axis full machining is the ability to efficiently machine surfaces on your lathe. Very, very powerful and nice. Alright, let's take a look now at Y-axis machining. We'll head up here to Window. Let's open up this Y-axis file. Now, Y-axis machining is going to provide the added benefit of being able to take your live tooling and machine off of centerline, which is going to be perfect for this part. Now, this part actually took some C-axis axial work, some C-axis radial work, and also some Y-axis machining. Now, I'm going to tell OneCNC just to preview just the Y-axis work. So I'm going to temporarily turn these machining operations off, and we'll just leave the Y-axis operations turned on. We'll right-hand mouse click and select Preview Toolpaths. I'm going to rotate this around just a little bit. There we go. So we're performing some Y-axis machining. Here's some Y-axis high-speed open pocket machining along with the finish profile on there. Same thing on this side. Y-axis open pocket high-speed machining, and then a nice finish pass on there. Now we're going to come along and drill both of those holes. So there's a nice overview of the OneCNC Y-axis machining, providing the added benefit of being able to take the tool and move it off of centerline to perform your tool pass. Now let's take a look at OneCNC B-axis machining. Now with B-axis machining, you can not only take the tool off the centerline, but you can also rotate the tool so that the tool is normal to any faces you'd like to machine. So again, over here you can see I've already added some B-axis work. So why don't we take this into preview? Again, I think what I'll do is I'll turn the other machining operations off, and let's just preview the B-axis. So right-hand mouse click, Preview Toolpaths. So we're going to start with a facing operation on all three of those sides. Let's slow that down just a little bit. I'm going to change tools to a drill, perform some peck drilling. Notice how the tool is normal to that surface. So that's the benefit of having the B-axis support. Very nice. So we'll switch tools now to a smaller 1/4 inch diameter drill, perform some peck drilling, and then again we'll rotate the part around and machine that. Very nice, very efficient. So there's a nice overview of the OneCNC powerful suite of tools for mill turn applications. You've got the C-axis axial, C-axis radial, C-axis full, Y-axis, and B-axis machining. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.